you've been pretty radical about your experiment.
Mm-hmm.
You really have made a commitment to this emotional process, and you've had to stand up to a lot of things in your life, obstacles to overcome, maybe to actually get that alone time so that you could experience your own aura, right? But somewhere in your body you've been guided because it feels right.
Mm-hmm.
Even though it's been tough, I guess at times, it feels right.
It feels right. You
Has it been
alone?
tough? Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, I think, you know, a couple of days ago when you were saying, you know, that's, you really, it felt me in my body. I think a lot of that was, you know, just having taken a lot of time by myself, a lot of alone time to just be in my own energy and yeah, and just kind of, you know, work my own, you know, just sort of do my, you know, just working my design, basically, and just being alone, just, how much more peaceful, how much more, again, just anchored and grounded, and it was way more clear to me who I am, where I end, and something else begins. And that's been always really tricky for me.
Right, even when we first met, and you knew very little about human design, you said you always had this, I'm glad you brought that up. You said you always had this feeling of not really knowing where you started and ended and the other person began. Because you're a very open projector. Very
open projector, can really feel the energy, you know, take it all in all of my open centers. And that is radical to you know, the more alone time, you know, that I spend, when I do come into energy, it's much more clear to me, is that correct for me? I'm able to be way more discerning about whether it's correct or not. And I feel like I'm just at the beginning of that experiment, but already that is happening, and it feels radical.
And you were even, you were shy, good 6'2", about coming here today and sharing anything because it's new for you. And because we're really taking to heart like what Marianne has been teaching in the classes that we've been involved with, and you know, we're trying to shut up. We're really trying to live this. Yeah. You're involved in the study, but you're not really studying.
Right. I'm way more interested in just living the strategy and experimenting with my authority. That feels really correct for me right now. I feel like that's where the change is coming. I'm not that interested in all the information at this point.
Yeah. It feels organic, what's happening.
It feels really organic. I've been maybe involved in this experiment with intention for maybe 5 months, and amazing, you know, the different sort of shatterings and shifts along the way, and just recently, just even this past week or two, dropping down into my body that much more, into my, just benefiting from, and you know, my design, you know, really following my strategy, not wanting to talk a whole lot, finding myself wanting to be much, much more quiet. And that's really big for me. And not even wanting to, you know, projectors, we want to guide.
Yeah.
We want to get in there, we see, you know, we want to put in our 2 cents. And what's starting to happen now is that I feel like that just takes up unnecessary energy that I'm not wanting to expend, that I don't even really have to expend, you know, if someone's not interested in it. So experimenting with just waiting to be invited, that's really different. And there's a lot more peace in being quiet.
You've experimented enough now to feel when you're penetrating someone and when they're really getting you. A little bit. You're starting to feel the energy feed that happens between the projector. And have there been any cases yet where it was correct for you to share a little bit about this or anything, where you felt that you were getting that like positive charge, like you were getting the energy rather than kind of being sucked or drained. Because we don't have any energy to give, right? It's so important that we connect properly or get the hell out of there.
Exactly. Exactly.
Yeah.
And that's what I'm really noticing, how uncomfortable that and incorrect that feels when I'm not invited, you know. And yes, I'm having invitations that feel correct, but there's not a whole lot of them that feel correct. But when that does happen, it just it just feels so right, you know, and the energy is there, and I'm just really working with the moment-to-moment openings and closings, you know, and trying not to say too much, you know, just sort of, you know, pull back when it's enough. That's another big one, you know, not overstating or over-probing or overstaying my invitation.
You feel good?
I feel good.
You feel excited?
A little.
Or,
yeah.
or what would you if you were going to describe what the feeling is right now in your experiment? How would you describe that?
Oh, okay. I feel really excited. I feel hopeful. Like, wow. There's, you know, I'm this shift that I'm feeling just is just bringing so much more peace. You know, so much more. It just feels right. You know, in my body. So much more connection in my body.
Beautiful.
And I'm just at the beginning of it. You know?
Totally.
And
I'm intrigued to watch the people here because there is so much more information. There are people that are really experimenting with it, not just reading the books. And we're really, you know, Kauai is kind of a radical place. It's a certain breed of people that live on an island as far away from everyone as possible anyway. And to see, wow, the people really take it and just, oh, shut up? Okay.
Yeah. I mean, I think people are going, what's going on with Melody?
Right.
You know?
Right.
She's being awfully quiet, and I've been taking a lot more time for myself, and I can see, you know, it's not easy, the reaction that I'm getting from a lot of my friends. You know, people are just kind of like, wow, you know, what's going on, you know? Because I feel like I really am changing. And that feels a little difficult. You know, people's reactions. You know, they don't really like that I'm not as accessible as I used to be, in a way.
They can't hijack you.
They can't hijack me. Yeah, there's...
Yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah, wait a second. All of a sudden she has her own authority. Damn it!
Damn it!
she's not listening to us anymore.
She was so easy before.
Yeah, she would do anything we wanted. Now she won't do anything. Exactly. It pisses people off, doesn't it?
It does.
But at first it does. But then what my experience shows me is over a short or maybe a long period of time, all of a sudden there's this newfound respect. They're like, wow. She didn't listen to me. She doesn't listen to anyone. She's listening. Something different going on in that. You know, people start to sense it from the aura. There's something different when you start to live this. You know, you're not pulled and pushed around like the rest of the humans. You know, you're like, no, this is my way. Does that feel true?
That feels very true.
Yeah. Do you have anything else that you'd like to share? Does it feel like that's enough?
That feels like it's enough.
Does it feel good for now? Okay. Okay, well thank you for your interview.
Thank you.
Aloha.
Aloha.